Welcome to the Credit Game. My name is Mike. Appreciate being. If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button because I come to you Monday through Saturday, every single day except for Sunday, to make sure that you have the education you need to make a great credit decision. And the videos that I do are relative to our people, our clients, our members, our family. And they're asking these questions and we're like, hey, let's do a video on it because it's real life situations, right? And so it's not fictional or made up. Now, that being said, again, if it's your first time on the channel, make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button if you can find it in your heart because this helps the channel grow. We also grew the fastest credit channel in history because of the amount of videos that we do, the amount of value that I provide to making sure that you guys know credit like the back of your hand. All right, turn on your bell notification as well, so that way when the videos come in every day, you're making sure that you're getting them. The more education you get, the better you're going to get, the better you're going to get, the better credit score you're going to have. And so I really just want to be all up inside of your grill because the more I can be in front of you, the more I can talk about credit, the better you're going to start learning it. Every day you start hearing things about credit. Next thing you know, you're like, boom, I know what to do here, right? Countless. I mean, thousands of people that are like, Mike, you've changed my life, right? I don't get to see a lot of that positive stuff because people write comments, but people do call in. They're like, man, you've changed my life. And that's what drives me. That's my why, is to change the credit average from 667 to over 700. But today, we're going to talk about a topic we never talked about before, okay? So people want to know how to remove a negative if it's been verified. How do we get that negative removed if the credit bureaus say, hey, it's verified, it's yours? And you're like, I'm just going to give up. Mine. Okay. Wrong. Understand that over 75% of verified items that come back from the credit bureaus after you challenge it is on them, not you. 75% of errors that come back because they say it's verified are something on their end, not your side. The odds are in your favor. So what does this tell you? Let's talk about 3 or 4 reasons what you are doing wrong, first of all. Okay, so what are some of the things that we could be doing wrong? And then I'm going to give you the solution. You want to stay all the way to the end. I'm about to drop some serious nuggets here. You want to stay all the way to the end because understanding that when you dispute something, okay, and it comes back verified, that's like applying for a credit card and getting denied and giving up. You guys know, if you watch me for any long period of time, that if you go on a credit card and you apply for a credit card and you get denied, you better not give up, right? Go back to my video where I show you how to get approved for any credit card if you missed that one. Just because they came back with a letter that says verified, understanding that 75% is their fault would indicate that, oh, I better give it a second shot. So what are some reasons and things that you're doing wrong that are coming back as verified instead of deleted? Well, the first thing is this. First thing is you guys use cookie cutter letters, okay? Think about how many millions of people in the world, United States, are putting in these letters, cookie cutter letters. And what I mean by cookie cutter is you went online and you Googled how to remove negatives, right? And there's this 3-page long report on how to remove negatives. They're cookie cutters, right? And so what happens is when you send in your letter, there's not a human on the other end that's looking at it going, okay, let me see if this is actually accurate or should we verify? No, goes through a system called eOscar, converts your letter or you into a number, usually somewhere between 26 and 30, 2-digit code. When that happens, it gives you a dispute code, and that code actually gets elevated by the higher the number, okay, between 26 and 30. If it's a 30, it's elevated. 26, that means it's cookie cutter. So if you're using cookie cutter letters, that would indicate that you just grabbed a bull crap letter offline, or maybe somebody gave you a letter and said, hey, the 609 is still working. You better go with 609, right? If you guys haven't heard the 609 letter, everybody's using the same stuff. And so what happens is it gets thrown into the garbage, okay? Gets put with the rest of them, which is garbage, which means probably is going to come back verified, okay? The second thing you guys try to do is you try to pretend that you're an attorney, right? So you write your letters like you're an attorney. You're writing letters like, according to statute 649, and back when Roosevelt was an attorney, he wrote a law. and then you're going into this long spiel. Okay. You're not an attorney. You need to be who you are. Okay. So when you're disputing things, you are Jane or Doe. All right. You're not an attorney. And for sure, you are not a credit repair company. So as you are sending in your stuff, do not pretend to be an attorney and do not pretend to be that you're some magical credit repair company. Okay. You want to send it in as you. But do you want to put a signature on the bottom, wet signature? Biggest mistake people make when they send in their letters, they sign the bottom. What's another mistake they do? They call. Okay. Hi, my name's John Smith, and I'm calling to, because I got a letter that said it was verified. Not really mine. It's not me. I'm going to stop there because I think you know where I'm going with this. You can't call in. Do you think these systems are dumb? Like they don't know that you're calling in and verifying the information? Sure. Yeah. What's your date of birth? It's 4/17/1981. Yeah. What street have you ever lived on? X? You just gave them all the information from them to verify the account. Okay. So we don't call in. Okay. Number one. Number two, there's IP addresses. Okay. And everything is tracked online these days. They can tell you what you ate for dinner last night. Sure as hell can tell you that, hey, this guy disputed this information through Experian or TransUnion. And number three, do not pretend to be an attorney. You're not an attorney. So don't try to write like an attorney because they can sniff it out in 5 seconds with the legal verbiage that you think is going to work. Okay. So these are the most common mistakes that people are making when they get it to, they put their initial letter out. It's coming back verified. And then you got this 16-page letter that is they have to read a book, the computer, and it misinterprets what you're trying to do. Okay. So let's get right into some of the things that we could do that would make a lot more sense if something comes back as verified. First of all, understand that 75% of it's are going to be their fault. So when you know that already, right, going into the game, if you knew that 75% of the stuff that is inaccurate from their side, usually instead of your side, then you have to know what means factual based. Okay? Factual based disputes. 75% of them is the error on their side. And if you can indicate what that 75% is, you can use that against them as leverage to go, okay, but it says here that, this account number is wrong. I'm going to go over a few in a minute. Now, I want this removed immediately because it is incorrect, obsolete, unfair, unduly information on my credit report that I want off immediately. The key, okay, is not cookie cutter letters that actually work. Okay, I'll share with you in a minute how to get those. And to make sure that your first paragraph, dear Experian, that first paragraph, a sentence or two, is very, very definitive of what you're looking for. This account was incorrect because of X, and I want it removed. Now, I'm going to tell you what the X's are in a minute. And I want it removed ASAP off my credit report. Okay? So, number one, you have to be yourself. Okay? Do not ever sign the bottom of any document, and make sure, if you're going to, in other words, whenever you send in your disputes, never sign it with a wet signature. Okay? That's also verification, so you want to make sure you type your name at the bottom. Don't sign it. Always do USPS certified mail so you can track it, because if you knew that they have 30 days to respond and put a code on your credit report that says under investigation, or what'll happen is if you look at your credit report at the bottom inside the notes, it's going to let you know that they're working on your case, because that is something that legally, the minute the credit bureaus receive your letter, which is why I told you to use USPS, because it's timestamped, they have a certain period of time that they have to put that verbiage inside your credit report, okay, indicating that they're actually working on it. Okay, if that is not there after 30 days, they have violated the Credit Repair Act. Okay, and it's simple to be removed. That's just information that was obsolete that they didn't put there. Okay, so make sure that code is there, which is the reason why you're timestamping at USPS, sending it certified mail without your signature at the bottom. Okay, now What are some other things that we need to look for? All right. The key is this. You have to understand your dispute reason. The most important thing is dispute reason in what you're actually disputing. So when it comes back verified, they're going to tell you, hey, this is the reason why it was verified. We verified it because this. But if you knew that 75% of that is BS, right? Because maybe there was an incorrect account number, maybe there was outdated information, maybe the credit limit was not correct, maybe you had a collection that was closed, but there's a monthly payment attached to it still. Maybe the credit card account numbers were incorrect. Giving you guys all the tips here. Maybe that the balance was reported incorrect. Maybe the credit limit was not correct. Okay, these are some things, guys, that you need to be thinking about. Maybe the account was re-aged, right? So thinking about that and knowing these are the reasons why 70+% of the time they are messed up, looking at your credit report and going, okay, this was not correct. It was the incorrect amount. Credit limit was not correct. The account numbers were wrong. It's got to have it re-aged my account, not correct age. It has me a monthly payment still on a closed account. Okay. 2 of my credit bureaus are saying that it is a closed account. One of them saying it's an open account. Easy removal. So what you want to do is make sure you have a 3-bureau credit report, right? Because if you have a 3-bureau credit report, then simply you can go through and then just do where you're checking all 3 credit bureaus at one time, and it'll show you the breakdown. And then you just want to go across and make sure that all that information I just told you is matching. Okay? Because if it's not matching, then it is incorrect information. Okay? Now, we had people ask this question. I'm sure they're going to ask it. Why wouldn't they just update the information? Okay? Could they just update the information? Yes, they could. However, anything that is obsolete, incorrect, erroneous, unfair, unduly, negative information on your credit report because you believe in your heart that it is not correct, you have the legal right of challenging that information. That being said, the onus is put on the credit bureaus to remove it because it's incorrect, which is go back to what I just told you. Very direct. That first 3 sentences. Dear Experian, to whom this may concern, I am challenging the incorrect information with Santander, where you have clearly violated the law and have put on my credit report that the monthly payment of an account that is completely closed, I want removed immediately from my credit report. Okay? See how simple that was? I'm very direct. I know the information's incorrect. I know that, hey, say that the credit, you look at your credit report, you're looking at your 3 credit report, and you go across and it looks like, TransUnion has your account number as 4754, and then you got 4754 in Experian, and you got 5432 on Equifax. Incorrect account information. I'm going to be very direct. Dear Experian, to whom this may concern, the incorrect information on my credit report needs to be removed right away. It is incorrect. It is affecting me from doing XXX. I want it off my credit report. Okay? Maybe it's outdated, right? Again, remember, collections, charge-offs can only stay on your credit report 7 years. You guys got accounts that are on your credit report for over 7 years that automatically didn't come off. Those are the easiest in the world to get removed. Charge-offs, okay? Another easy one to get removed. Why? Because do you ever sign a document with the charge-off company, or did you sign the document with the original creditor? If AT&T was your original credit and they sold it to ABC Collection Company, which would mean it was a charge-off on your credit, did you ever sign with ABC Collection? No. So charge-offs are another easy thing to be removed because legally they cannot come after you until you verify the information by being dumb and calling them or doing it online. Okay. So the solution is to be very direct. Don't use cookie cutter letters. They don't work. This whole 609 and the cookie cutter letters, like that's so out 2017. Time to get up with the times, guys. Okay. Most important thing is to be direct. Use great proprietary letters. If you want the proprietary letters, guys, look, I've been using and updating letters, proprietary letters for the last 7 years. Okay. I created the credit game for myself. I had a 505 credit score. The letters didn't work. I wouldn't be sharing with you. Okay. Cool thing is you can share it with your family, your friends. These letters are actually real letters. They're not cookie cutter BS. Okay. You send in a letter and it comes back verified. You try it again, comes back verified again. You try it again, it comes back verified. The last thing you can go is to the CFPB, a Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Okay. If you go to CFPB, then you can say, look, it's my last chance ditch effort. They are violating the law. They are not removing this negative, obsolete, unfair, unduly incorrect information off my credit report, and I want it off immediately. Then you can send a letter directly to CFPB. All right. That would be the last resort. Okay. Now, this process, just so you know, because you're not an attorney and you're not a credit repair specialist, you're Jane Doe, okay, is a great way of removing negative. However, it always comes down to time. What's more valuable, time or money? I ask you this question a lot. What's more important, time or money? Because if you can invest in yourself so you can get the time back, would it make more sense, or would it make more sense for you to say, you know what, I can try to do everything myself? And hopefully you can, because you have the legal right to do that. Hopefully you can get things removed in approximately, anywhere between 6 and 18 months. But most people don't want to wait. So what are some things we can do? Well, A, you can have somebody like my VIP vendor with any of my programs. You guys are getting elite credit repair. Why are they different? Well, because they're using proprietary software, okay, and proprietary letters, but most of it is software based that's directly connected versus sending out cookie cutter letters. What's more important, time or money? If time is more important, you might want to go with an expert who does this every day, day in and day out. I've been doing this for the last decade. Okay. There's a reason why we are ranked number one. There's a reason why the vendor is ranked number one in the United States, because they know what to look for. They know how to pick apart that other 25%, okay, and knock it off. So 75% of it is usually the credit bureaus messing up on something. Well, there's that other 25% that if you don't know exactly what to look for there, they can keep coming back, verify. And what's going to happen is, even if they do remove it, it's going to be what they call reinsertion, which means they put it back on your credit and then good luck trying to get it removed after that happens. Okay. So reinsertion on your credit report means it got removed and then it got put back on. And those are extremely difficult to be removed from that point. How about doing it right the first time? You guys want help? I'm here to help you. I've helped thousands of people in the last 60 days alone. And that continues to grow as we are building our why, changing the national credit average. I'm not caring about what banks think, because as the national credit average score goes up, right, banks are getting less interest. I care about the public. I care about you. I care about your family. And by doing that, okay, by doing that and helping you increase your credit score, you can then share the love with your family, use the same program, help your family, your friends, your coworkers, and even clients if you wanted to start a business or have a business. You can use the same stuff. This is how we do it. If you want the help, I can help you. 904-420-7772. Thank you, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Turn on your bell notification and call me if you're serious about changing your credit life. 904-420-7772. It's Mike from the Credit Game. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.